Okay, so get this.
Uh-huh.
Today, we're diving into something called interactive natural language processing, or INLP.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's basically NLP,
Okay.
but like
Yeah.
cranked up to 11.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about like your average chatbot here.
Mm-hmm.
This is about language models acting like
Right.
agents, like
Yeah.
characters in a game, or even, well, us.
Yeah.
They observe,
Ah.
they learn,
No.
they make decisions by interacting with the world around them.
It's a really
It's really fascinating.
fascinating shift.
Yeah.
Traditional language models were kind of like super
yeah.
smart parrots.
Okay.
They could mimic human language,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't truly understand it.
Right.
INLP aims to change that by letting models actually experience the world
Mm-hmm.
through interactions.
Right.
Kind of like how we learn.
That's cool. So the research paper that we're looking at for this deep dive
Yeah,
really lays all this out.
it does.
These models can interact
Yeah.
with humans, of course,
Of course.
but also tap into these vast knowledge bases.
That's right.
Collaborate with other AI tools,
Right.
and even learn by interacting with the physical world through robots.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's crazy.
So this leads to some pretty mind-blowing possibilities.
Okay.
The authors of the paper
Mm-hmm.
break down language intelligence
Okay.
into 5 levels.
Right.
And it's really that jump to the 4th level,
Okay.
embodiment.
Embodiment.
Yeah,
That's
really game-changing.
okay. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So it's all about
Yeah.
connecting language to action
Yeah.
in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example,
Yeah.
imagine a robot that can learn to make you coffee,
Okay.
not by
Yeah.
following these pre-programmed steps,
Right.
but by actually watching you do it
Okay.
and understanding your
Yeah.
spoken instructions.
So like an apprentice
Exactly.
learning from a master barista.
Yeah, like that.
But wouldn't it be easier to
Mhm.
just program the robot
Yeah,
with
right.
the exact steps?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Why all the fuss about language?
Well, that's the key insight here.
Okay.
Programming
Yeah.
explicit rules
Uh-huh.
for every possible scenario
Right.
is practically impossible.
Okay.
I mean, the real world
Yeah.
is messy and unpredictable.
That's true.
Language, on the other hand,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
gives us this really flexible way
Yeah. Okay.
to express goals, intentions,
Right.
even corrections.
Yeah.
It's how we teach each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's crucial for teaching AI as well.
That's a cool way to think about it. So
Yeah.
this embodiment level is about bridging this gap
Exactly.
between abstract instructions
Yes.
and real-world actions. Uh-huh.
But how does the AI actually understand
Yeah, that's a great question.
what we're asking it to do?
So that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
The paper dives into these 4 main types of interactors.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
who or what the AI is interacting with.
Okay.
So let's start with the most familiar one,
Okay.
human in the loop.
Human in the loop.
Yeah,
That sounds
Yeah.
pretty self-explanatory.
it is.
Is
Yeah.
it basically about us teaching AI like we'd teach another person?
Exactly.
Okay.
But there's a twist.
Okay.
It's not just about giving commands.
Mhm.
It's about feedback.
Okay.
So imagine an AI
Yeah.
writing a story with you.
Okay.
It could generate a plot twist, and
Cool.
you could say, no, that's too predictable.
Okay.
Make it darker.
Gotcha.
The AI learns from your reaction,
Uh-huh.
and it refines its understanding.
Of what makes a good story.
Yeah.
At least according to your taste.
So it's like a writing partner that's
Okay.
constantly learning your preferences.
Yes.
But what about facts?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Can AI ever be trusted to get things right
Yeah.
without just making stuff up?
That brings us to the
Thanks.
second type of interactor.
All right.
KB in the loop.
Okay.
Or knowledge base in the loop.
All right.
This is where AI
Yeah.
gets access to these
Mhm.
vast amounts of information.
Uh,
We're talking
Yeah.
encyclopedias, databases,
right.
the whole internet,
Wow.
a digital library at its fingertips.
So no more AI
Hopefully not.
spouting random facts or making
Yeah.
up statistics?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds promising.
It is.
But isn't the internet also full of misinformation?
That's one of the...
Yeah. How do
I'll
you
make sure
use
the AI is
Why?
getting reliable knowledge.
That's a great question.
And the researchers are exploring different approaches.
Okay.
Some involve curating
Mm-hmm.
trustworthy knowledge sources,
Okay.
while others focus on teaching AI
Right.
to critically evaluate information.
So kind of like how we learned to spot fake news.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got AI learning from humans
Yes.
and from vast knowledge bases.
Right.
What other tricks does it have up its sleeve?
How about AI learning from other AI?
AI learning from other AI.
That's the idea behind model,
wow.
tool in a loop,
Yeah.
interaction.
Right.
Think of it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have a complex task,
Okay.
like planning a trip.
All right.
You wouldn't do everything yourself, right?
Right.
You'd use different tools.
Mm-hmm.
A map, a flight booking website,
Yeah.
a restaurant review app.
So AI gets to use the internet too.
Exactly.
But wouldn't it be smarter
Yeah.
if it could do all of those things itself?
That's where things get really meta.
Okay.
Instead of building
Yeah.
one giant AI
Right.
that can do everything,
Mm-hmm.
researchers are exploring how to create AI systems
Okay.
that are good at specific tasks and can then collaborate,
So like,
much like we do in the real world.
gotcha. So it's not just about one
Right.
superpowered AI.
It's not about one giant AI.
Yeah.
It's about
But rather a team of specialized AI.
a team of specialized AIs
Yeah.
working together.
Working together.
Yeah.
This whole
it's
interactor thing
fun.
is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
What's the last one?
So the last one is actually the one we already touched on.
Okay.
Environment in the loop.
The environment in the loop.
Yeah, this is where we move from
Okay.
AI as this
Mm-hmm.
disembodied intelligence
Right.
to AI that can
Yeah.
experience and interact with
Yes.
the physical world.
All right. Back to those robots making coffee.
Exactly.
But teaching an AI to navigate a messy kitchen, avoid the cat, and grind the beans without spilling.
Right.
Seems like a whole different ballgame.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
This is where this concept of grounded reasoning comes in.
Grounded reasoning.
It's not enough
Yeah.
for the AI to understand the words,
Right.
grind the beans.
Mhm.
It needs to connect those words
Yeah.
to the actual physical process,
So.
recognizing the grinder,
Mm-hmm.
understanding how it works, and adapting to unexpected situations.
So no more
Hopefully no more.
hallucination.
Yeah.
Where the AI is spouting nonsense
Right.
that doesn't match reality.
Exactly.
Okay.
Grounded reasoning is
Yeah.
all about
Mm-hmm.
keeping the AI's actions
Right.
consistent with the real world.
Okay.
It's a huge challenge,
Yeah.
but it's also an exciting one because
Mhm.
it's pushing AI towards
Yeah.
a more human-like understanding of
yeah.
the world.
Okay. So we've got the who of INLP,
Yes.
these different interactors. But how do they actually communicate?
That's a great question.
Yeah, is it all just lines of code
Hey.
flying back and forth?
That's where the paper dives into these interaction interfaces.
Interaction interfaces.
Okay.
The ways AI interacts and exchanges information
Mhm.
with humans, knowledge bases,
Right.
other models, and the environment.
Okay.
And it turns out there's a whole spectrum of approaches,
All right.
each with its own strengths and challenges.
Okay, I'm ready to dive deeper.
All right.
Let's unpack these interaction interfaces
Let's do it.
and see how they make all this amazing stuff possible.
Okay.
So these interaction interfaces,
Yeah.
they're basically like languages
Right.
that AI uses
Uh-huh.
to communicate with the world, right?
Exactly.
What are some of the ways?
Well, it's happening now.
The most straightforward one
Okay.
is actually what we're doing right now.
Uh-huh.
Natural language.
Natural language.
AI is getting remarkably good
Yeah.
at understanding and generating human language,
Right.
whether it's
Yes.
written text or spoken words.
That's what's so fascinating about all of this.
I agree.
It's not just about AI,
Yeah.
crunching numbers or controlling robots behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's about AI that can actually communicate with us
Right.
in our own language.
It's pretty amazing.
But how does that actually work?
Well,
I mean, language can be so nuanced and ambiguous.
it can.
Yeah.
One of the keys is something called prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering.
It's kind of like teaching the AI
Okay.
how to understand your instructions.
Gotcha.
You need to be clear, specific,
Yeah.
and sometimes even a little creative
Okay.
to get the AI to do what you want.
This is like finding the right keywords
Yeah, you can think of it that way.
to unlock the AI's potential.
Yeah.
But isn't that a bit limiting?
Well,
I mean, do we always have to speak AI's language?
That's a good question.
Or can it ever truly understand us on
Yeah.
our own terms?
Well, that's the ultimate goal.
Okay.
And INLP is pushing us in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
The paper actually talks about
Yeah.
how newer models are getting better
Okay.
at understanding implicit context,
Hmm.
even picking up on things
Right.
like tone and emotion.
Wow.
It's still early days,
Yeah.
but imagine an AI
Yeah.
that can not only understand what you're saying,
Mm.
but also how you're feeling.
That would be a game changer
It would.
for everything from
Totally.
customer service, chatbots, to personalized therapy apps.
Exactly.
Okay, but let's not forget about
Right.
the other languages AI can speak.
Yes.
What about those more formal ones, like
Okay.
code or math?
Yeah, that's another really exciting area.
Okay.
Um, AI can use formal languages
Mm-hmm.
to interact with other computer systems,
Right.
manipulate data,
Okay.
and even control robots with incredible precision.
So it's like the AI is speaking
You could think of it that way.
the language of machines to get things done in the real world.
Yeah.
But how does that tie into this
Right.
whole interaction interface idea?
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Different interactors
Uh-huh.
require different communication styles.
Okay.
When interacting with humans,
Yeah.
natural language is key.
Right.
But when interacting with a database
Mm-hmm.
or a robot,
Yeah.
a more formal, precise language
Okay.
might be more effective.
Is that how we adjust our communication style?
Exactly.
Depending on who we're talking to.
Right.
A formal email to your boss
Yes.
versus a casual text to a friend.
Exactly.
AI is doing the same thing.
It is.
But what about those other interfaces
Yeah.
mentioned in the paper?
Uh,
Things like edits
yeah.
and shared memory.
Right.
Those sound pretty abstract.
They are a little bit abstract,
Yeah.
but they're also incredibly powerful.
Okay.
So edits, for example, is about AI interacting
Mm-hmm.
by making changes to existing information.
Okay.
Think of an AI that can proofread your essay, not just by fixing grammar,
Right.
but by suggesting ways
Yeah.
to improve your arguments
Okay.
or make your writing more engaging.
It's like having an editor
Yeah.
built right into your word processor.
Exactly.
But what's this shared memory thing?
So shared memory,
Is that like AI telepathy or something?
not quite telepathy,
Okay.
but it is a fascinating way
Okay.
for AI systems to communicate indirectly.
All right.
Imagine a group of AIs
Mm-hmm.
working together on a complex task.
Okay.
Instead of
Yeah.
constantly sending messages back and forth,
Right.
they can all access
Okay.
this shared memory space.
So like a virtual whiteboard
You got it.
where different AIs can collaborate asynchronously.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
It seems like there's a whole spectrum of ways for AI to interact and communicate,
Yeah.
depending on the tasks
All
and
right.
the other players involved.
Absolutely.
And as these interaction interfaces
Yeah.
continue to evolve,
As they do.
we can expect even more creative and sophisticated
Right.
forms of AI communication to emerge.
For sure.
This is all incredibly exciting,
It is.
but it also begs the question,
Mm.
what does this all mean
Yeah.
for us humans?
Yeah, that's the big question.
How is INLP actually changing the
Right.
way we live, work, and play?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The paper highlights
Yeah.
some pretty mind-blowing applications of
Okay.
INLP that are already happening,
Okay.
from revolutionizing how we write and learn
Uh-huh.
to changing how we interact with robots
Okay.
and even how we experience video games.
Okay, I'm ready to dive into the practical side of things.
Claire, let's do it.
Let's hear about these applications
Okay.
and how INLP is shaping the world around us.
Done.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from how these INLP models learn and interact
Mhm.
to the different languages they use to communicate.
Right.
But let's get down to brass tacks.
Oh, yeah.
How is all of this actually showing up in the real world?
Well, one area where INLP is already making waves
Yeah.
is in writing.
Writing.
We're not just talking about grammar checkers here.
Right, right.
Imagine AI writing partners
Okay.
that can help you brainstorm ideas,
Mm-hmm.
structure your arguments,
Okay.
and even craft compelling narratives.
So it's like having a co-author who's always on call
That's right.
and never gets writer's block.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that make writing feel less
Well,
like human?
that's a question a lot of people have.
Yeah.
But think of it this way.
Okay.
Even the greatest writers use tools.
Uh-huh.
Dictionaries, thesauruses, editors.
Right.
INLP is just another tool
Okay.
in the writer's toolbox.
Yeah.
One that can augment our creativity
Yeah.
and help us push the boundaries
Okay.
of what's possible with language.
It's like AI is taking on the role of the muse,
Yeah, you could say that.
inspiring us and helping us bring our ideas to life.
Right.
And speaking of bringing things to life,
Yes.
what about those robots we talked about earlier?
Okay.
Are we really getting closer to a world where we can just tell a robot what to do
Yeah.
and it actually understands?
We are getting closer.
Okay.
INLP is making significant strides in robotics,
Uh-huh.
allowing robots to learn complex tasks
Right.
through natural language instruction.
So, for example.
For example, researchers have developed robots
Okay.
that can learn to assemble furniture
Wow.
by watching humans and following spoken instructions.
That's incredible.
It is pretty amazing.
But furniture assembly is one thing.
Sure.
What about more complex tasks,
Right.
like surgery or disaster relief?
Mm-hmm.
Can we really trust robots with that level of responsibility?
Trust is a key issue.
Yeah.
And it's something researchers are taking very seriously.
Okay.
It's not just about making robots that can follow instructions,
Right.
but also about ensuring they can do so
Yeah.
safely, ethically, and reliably.
Mm-hmm.
INLP plays a crucial role
Okay.
in teaching robots to understand
Mm-hmm.
not just what we want,
Right.
but also the context,
Yeah.
potential risks,
Okay.
and the ethical implications of their actions.
So it's not just about building smarter robots, but
Well,
about building responsible robots. That's a
Exactly.
really important point.
It is.
But let's not forget about the fun side of AI.
Of course not.
What about those video games you mentioned?
Okay.
How is INLP changing the way we play?
Well, think of interactive stories
Okay.
where your choices actually matter,
Right.
where the characters respond to you
Yeah.
in nuanced ways,
Okay.
and the plot unfolds dynamically
Mm.
based on your actions.
It's like those choose your own adventure books,
Exactly.
but on steroids. And it's not just about storytelling, is it?
No, it's not.
What about AI opponents in games?
Right.
Are they getting smarter thanks to INLP?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Imagine playing a strategy game
Yeah.
against an AI that doesn't just follow pre-programmed rules,
Right.
but can actually learn your play style,
Okay.
adapt to your strategy,
Uh-huh.
and even surprise you with unexpected moves.
That would be pretty cool.
It would.
So it sounds like INLP is taking gaming to a whole new level.
It really is.
But beyond entertainment,
Sure.
what about more serious applications?
Yeah.
You mentioned education and scientific discovery.
Right.
How is INLP making an impact in those areas?
Well, imagine personalized tutors
Okay.
that can adapt to your learning style,
Mm-hmm.
provide targeted feedback,
Mm.
and even guide you
Yeah.
through complex scientific concepts.
It's like having a personal teacher
Yep.
who's always there to help you learn and grow.
Exactly.
And what about scientific discovery? How can AI contribute to something as complex as scientific research?
Scientists are often overwhelmed
Yeah.
with vast amounts of data to analyze.
Right.
INLP can help them sift through this data,
Mm-hmm.
identify patterns,
Okay.
and even generate hypotheses,
Leading to
leading to new discoveries and breakthroughs.
new discoveries and breakthroughs.
For example, INLP has been used
Okay.
to analyze astronomical data,
Right.
leading to the discovery
Wow.
of new planets and galaxies.
That's incredible.
It is.
It seems like INLP is not just changing specific fields,
Uh-huh.
but also changing the way we approach
Right.
knowledge and discovery itself.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
It's like we're entering a new era of collaboration
Yeah,
between humans and AI,
I agree.
where each can leverage their unique strengths
Mhm.
to achieve amazing things.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
And as INLP continues to evolve,
as it will.
we can expect even more profound transformations.
In the way we live, work, learn,
Right.
and interact with the world around us.
For sure.
This has been an incredible journey,
It is.
exploring the world of INLP,
Yeah,
from its foundations
Mhm.
to its far-reaching applications.
absolutely.
It's clear that we're just scratching the surface
Yeah.
of what this technology can do,
Right.
and the future is full of exciting possibilities.
I agree.
As with any powerful technology,
Yeah.
it's important to approach INLP with
Mhm.
both enthusiasm and caution.
I think that's right.
We need to ensure
Yeah.
that it's developed and used
Yeah.
responsibly, ethically,
Right.
and in a way that benefits all of humanity.
For sure.
That's a great reminder.
It is.
It's up to all of us to shape the future of AI
Yeah.
and ensure that it's a future we
Mhm.
can all be proud of.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive
You're welcome.
into the world of interactive natural language processing.
It's been fun.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.